It was at the post office where I first saw her. April, I think it was 15th. Anyway, it was tax time. There had to be at least 100 people in that line. You know the winding sort of line? Where people weren't just in front of me or behind me. They were all over. So there was a lot to look at. I like to look at people, and I love to make up names for them. Keeps my brain sharp. Thus, the woman in front of me, who had, I'm not even kidding her, had the most gigantic earlobes I've ever seen. She was Thelma. The Asian gent to the right who was clipping his nails, Todack Ping. And then there was the little fellow behind him who, get this, had a toupee and dandruff. I don't even know how that's possible. But I named him Wilmer. And then I saw her. It was as simple as looking to my left. At first glance, I figured her a probable Karen. Ugh. Attractive, put together well, no real surprises. But then she ran her fingers through her hair, and that's when I saw the rubber band. Thick and tight around her wrist. So tight, it was a wonder she wasn't bleeding. No. This woman could not be a Karen. No way. Just no way. She had layers. She had secrets. Naming her properly was not going to be as easy as Wilmer or Thelma or Todack Ping. Then I looked down, and her feet were sublime, wrapped in the merest slip of sandal with dollops of pink polish like rose petals on her toes. Mwah. Sublime feet and a tortured wrist. Who was this person? Her toes said Angelique, Sophia, or Gwen. But her wrist said Nadia, Mercedes, or Lucretia. Now, I have named a lot of people in my life without a hitch. But this one, this one, the story of her, the mystery, oh my friends, the mystery. And that's when I knew. Not her name, not that, I still didn't know that. But what I knew was, as sure as I knew that the universe is just a benign manifestation of all that is, and war is over if you want it, what I knew was, I was in love. L-O-V-E, love. Love, love, love. I was in love. I was in love. And that's when she turned. She turned. She looked at me. And she said, "Will you ever stop staring at me?" Or was it more like a, "Will you ever stop staring at me?" I don't know. I am horrible with voices. And I asked her if she wanted to have a margarita with me. Guess what? We had 3. And then she said, take me to your place. So I did. And it was in the morning after, that I woke her with a line from my most favorite bard. Hello, I love you, won't you tell me your name? And what's with the rubber band around her wrist? For it was still, I added that one in, because it was still wrapped so painfully around her wrist. Geez, Rod. Do you really mean that? Mean what? I said. For I stated 3 things, and I'd like to be specific. Well, okay, 4 actually, with the hello. Do you mean you love me? Well, that was easy to answer, and let's just say we celebrated for some time after that, right? You know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking over there. But it wasn't until later that I realized, we were in the bath, and I realized that she still hadn't answered my question. Oh, my questions. Liebchen, tell me please why you've chosen that accessory attacking your wrist. And tell me please the name given to you at birth. She just stared down at the soap bubbles, so fetchingly gathered around her navel, and whispered, I changed that name. More mystery! This woman, oh my goodness! I said, tell me, my sweet. But she just stroked her rubber band and looked away. But I took her face in my hands and I said, I love you. I want to know everything about you. And I do mean everything about you. She said, and I leaned in because I wanted to hear every vowel and every consonant. It's her. Hermione? I offered, but she just shook her head. Harriet? No? What could it be? Wait, is it Hypatia? Herschel, she shouted! Herschel! Okay then. Oh. So you're Jewish? And that was when it all came out. A drunken mohel. A botched bris. And little Herschel's weenie found 2 hours later near the bologna and the cold cut splatter. Oh. It was too late by then. Reattachment was impossible, so the decision was made. Plastic surgeries were performed, and with the help of hormones, depilatories, and the full catalog of Judy Blume novels, Rhoda Elizabeth Lipschultz was born! Reborn, really. Because, as it turned out, it grandly and cosmically turns out, she was a woman inside. A femme. A mare. A true transsexual. And hey, that alcoholic circumciser slicing away was the best damn thing that ever happened to her. Because she never had to pretend to be anyone other than herself. she didn't have to endure years of ridicule and prejudice and worse. And if she wanted to watch a little monster truck racing now and then, who cared? She was a girl, a glorious girl. And maybe God, or whoever's in charge, slipped in that Y chromosome so she would really, really appreciate being that girl. Maybe that's why it happened. Maybe that's why she wore the rubber band around her wrist, to remind her of the pain she didn't have to feel. To remind her how damn fortunate she is. And now that every single thing had been told, she sat back and stared at me. So? So. Ooh. So. I slipped that rubber band off her wrist. I kissed her wrist, and I kissed her. She moved in that weekend. The wedding's in a month, and we are going to Costa Rica for the honeymoon. And every night, when I see her, I watch her sleeping next to me, I whisper, Rhoda. Rhoda.